Hello and welcome to another episode of Douglasville Impact Community Podcast. We are here having fun before the show even starts today. So we're all laughing, so it's going to be a fun show. I'm Jason Post, and joining me today at the table is Miss Allison Parker.
Hello.
Ms. Tiffany Wallace.
Hi, everyone.
And in our fourth seat today is Miss Tawania Grangent.
Grangent. Hi,
Got it.
thank you.
With the
Good morning.
Douglasville Community Theater. So we got some fun stuff to talk about with Tawania later. So we're going to jump right into all of our regular stuff, and Allison's going to bring us the news today, right? What all's happening in and around the city of Douglasville?
There's
Allison?
a lot going on. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. So we first want to say congratulations to Arbor Place Mall. They are celebrating their 20th anniversary. So 20 years here in the city of
20
Douglasville.
years.
They first opened their doors October 13th, 1999. Where were you in 1999? So, as you know, City of Arbor Place Mall brings us shopping.
Thank myself.
Right.
We don't have to answer.
Rhetorical question. Some of the best stores and eateries at Arbor Place Mall, and they celebrated with the Prince Tribute Band, which I heard was absolutely phenomenal. So, Congratulations to Arbor Place. We are also excited to announce that Sunday, November 3rd, will be Retired Educators Day here in the city of Douglasville in Douglas County. So that came through at our last city council meeting. And just for a little background, each year, the first Sunday in November in Georgia is declared Retired Educators Day. And we wanted to take it a step far and make it a special day for our educators here in Douglas County.
That's right. We love our teachers.
We absolutely
all
do.
Of them. Yeah. So Mr. Miss Stone came out
Yes.
to the council meeting. He's a former Douglas County High School principal, and he's at everything that we do in the community. Super involved. So they
Very
continue to be
involved.
involved in the community even after being retired. So
Yes.
that's just the level of dedication teachers have, right? I mean, it's a calling.
It's awesome.
It's one I couldn't do. So any chance I have to
Y'all
say,
know
yeah, you guys are awesome for doing what you do with all of our
Yes.
kids.
We all know where our passions
Yes.
lie.
Operating your gifts.
Absolutely.
Not with the children.
So I am super thankful for all of the teachers
Not
out
with
there.
the minors.
Absolutely. And in addition to that, Douglas County hosted a retiree luncheon this year where 70 retirees were honored. And the theme was Happy Trails. And it was such a great event, a lot of fun, and just an awesome time to celebrate all that have given service here in Douglas County for educators. So we're excited to celebrate that in a few weeks.
Absolutely.
We also want to spotlight Chris Bass, our Parks and Recs manager for City of Douglasville. He received the Distinguished Professional Award at the Georgia Recreation and Park Association for District 5. Chris racks in the awards here for Parks and
This is
Recs.
his third in, a few weeks?
Yes,
Seems
he
like
also
it.
received the
Constantly.
Ira Hutchinson Young Professional Award at the National Recreation and Park Association Conference. That's not a tongue twister at all. So Chris and the entire Parks and Recs team does an awesome job in making sure that City of Douglasville is recognized for their efforts here. So we are very appreciative of them.
Good stuff happening there.
We
Yeah.
also want to mention that it is officially business license renewal season.
We want your tax revenue. Thank
That
you.
time of
Thank
year
you.
we've all been waiting
It's that
for.
We
time of
appreciate
year.
it here at the City of Douglasville.
Yes. So if you are listening or watching and you own a business here in the city of Douglasville, your license does expire on December 31st. And hopefully you have received the renewal notice form. But if you need more information, visit our website at douglasvillegeorgia.gov. And then last but not least, earlier this month, we hosted the Fall Recycle event, which was a great time for all the citizens to come out and donate their recycling items that are not usually collected by public services. And we are pleased to announce that we recycled 2.1 tons of electronics and metals, 128 glasses, 2.62 tons of TVs, 840 pounds of computers, and we had 164 visitors. So we racked in some great numbers. So thank you all who participated, and we look forward to seeing you in the spring at our next recycling event.
There's tons of TVs.
Tons. Not
2.6
tons in the
tons.
sense of
Like, hey, we
a
got
lot.
tons of stuff here. No,
Right.
this is like
Tons.
ton as in like
Yes.
2,000 pounds
Like
times
somebody had to
2.6.
Yes.
Tons of TVs.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
we've
awesome.
just
It's a
been
lot.
collecting dust in our garages. So please take my
Well, you got those
TV.
giant TVs and you
Yeah,
can't
it's
just
a
get
big
rid of them,
deal.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so you can have this thing.
We had some really, really great items that were donated. There was a City of Douglasville Monopoly game that came through. It was really cool.
Really?
Someone donated a yo-yo, which I hadn't seen a yo-yo probably since 1999. And some really, really cool items. So,
You keep
yes.
saying 99 like it was forever ago.
Nope, not a long time ago at all. But that is our news for City of Douglasville.
Making me feel old.
Not at all. Not at all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Seasoned. Seasoned. Thank you.
You're youthful in mind and
That's
true in
right.
body.
You're
That's
only
right.
older than yourself.
Well, thanks,
Forever
Allison.
young.
Somebody
So,
doesn't agree by that. Every day I wake up, it's another switch. What did I do? Stretch.
I just rolled over.
Sometimes breathing's a challenge.
All right. Thanks, Allison. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to events and see what all awesome events we got coming up here in the fall season that's
Yeah.
still going.
So good deal. So we are tapering off our fall events because
Yeah.
now we're moving into the holiday season.
Right. It's the season for the eating.
Right. Of comfort food and food comas.
Diet all year to
Exactly.
open.
This is the
So
time.
live it up.
We all going off
It's
the
what
wagon.
you work for.
Absolutely. We're eating our calories, drinking our calories for a good 2 months strong.
That's right.
So
You have to earn
let's
that
live
New
it
Year's
up.
resolution,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Let's live it up. We've earned it. We've earned it. We've only spent a whole year preparing for this. So to round out our fall festival season, we have the Haunted Hunter, which is October 31st, so Halloween, and it's at Hunter Park from 6 to 9 p.m. All the Halloween and fall festivities, you know what to expect. So if you need any additional information, you can also go on our website for more about that, but it's pretty straightforward. And on November 2nd, we have the Georgia Gravity Games, sponsored by Google.
That's right. It's a big one. Yeah,
Yes.
We like that one.
Indeed. And it's throughout our entire downtown. And it starts at 7, and then they run the heats from then on, and a winner will be announced at some point in time during that day.
The races don't really stop.
Yeah,
Once
they
they
just
start
keep
up
going.
about 7, they just
Yes.
keep going. The little downhill cars are
And-
going, and they've got the Science Street with little cool activities set up for the kids and
So-
all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Day. It really
yeah.
is.
It's a fun time. They're running heats for multiple age groups, so everyone has a chance to really rock it out with their self-propelled car, not to be to be confused with a soapbox car.
Yeah, it's not
However-
that. It's very similar.
But very similar.
But it's not that.
But you can fill in the blanks. So that's that. The Georgia Gravity Games, November 2nd, sponsored and presented by Google here in downtown
It is,
Douglasville.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun. And so they've got all the different classes, like you said. So they've got your standard ones that you're used to seeing, those type of cars, and they've got their more sleek ones. But then they got like their creative class, their
Nice.
engineering class, I think.
Like the spec cars.
That's where they just get creative.
Oh, that's exciting.
People come in and
Fun.
they just build them from scratch, whatever they want to
Very
do.
cool.
And those are so all the other ones are really neat to watch because it's head to head and it's really intense. But those are the ones you're like, wow, look what they did.
That's fun.
Because they built some really creative cars in that class. It's really fun to watch.
Oh. So it's a
So,
full
it's a
day
fun
of
day. Yeah, just come
STEM
out
or
and cheer.
STEAM, depending on which one you like. So, and that's that. And then we also, on November 16th, we have the rescheduled date for Hunter's Harvest. So those of you all who are local know that last weekend it rained cats and dogs in refrigerators. So the original date of October 19th has been moved to November 16th. And it will also be at Hunter Park and from 11:30 to 5 p.m. So I'm sorry, 11:30 to 3 p.m. My bad. And so our fall festival season that will round that out, and we'll have lots of great times ahead.
That'll wrap up our
Sure.
fall season and move us
Indeed.
right on into Christmas, right?
Yes, food comas for everyone. That's what I'm
There's
here for.
food everywhere. That's what we do in
Yes.
Douglasville.
I'm here for all of
We
that.
love our food.
Same here.
Yes,
I'm
happy
excited
holidays.
already.
Right.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Yes.
The food helps me get through the cold weather.
It's chicken and dressing season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the spiked eggnog helps too. It's always fun.
Yes.
Yes.
You are right about
Oh.
that.
Eggnog until I was a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Right.
My taste buds just changed. Just love it
Back
now,
in
especially when it's
1999.
light.
Right.
Indeed. And nothing like a good brandy spiked eggnog.
Yeah.
Not promoting alcoholism.
But for those of you who are over 21 and can enjoy,
There's lots of good stuff to indulge
Yes.
on in the holiday season.
That's right.
Plenty of food to go around. Lots of pumpkin stuff everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
indeed.
awesome. So that's enough of our events coming up for the next few weeks to round out our fall season. So thank you guys both.
Sure.
But let's talk to our special guest in our fourth seat today, Miss Tawania Grangent.
Yes.
I'm going to keep worrying I'm going to mess your name up. All right. So you are with the newly formed Douglasville
Yes.
Community Theater, right? You're getting all the names right. Because you guys have your very first production coming up.
Yes, sir.
It is called The Long Ball.
Yes, sir.
And that is coming up. It's going to be right here in the downtown, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be at the Vine Cafe and Market. So you've taken the space, you're turning it into a little small micro theater for the event, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. I mean, so we need a little community theater in here. So until we get that, we're finding the space and making them work, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about the Douglasville Community Theater, and then a little bit about the Long Ball.
Okay, so yes, my name is Tawania, and you can find me, of course, on all handles at Tawania Grangent Actress or Tawania Grangent Enterprises. I'm a local actor here. My husband and I have a independent film production company.
Oh, cool.
Called Queen Productions, and we film a lot of our stuff here in the area, and we try to employ all Douglasville, Villa, West Georgia folks. So we met Terry Miller, who was the writer of The Long Ball.
That's right, Councilman Terry Miller,
filming one of our films. Where am I going? So about me, because I don't want to jump all over and miss anything.
No, we want to know all about you, because that's awesome. You're awesome, and you're doing great things in the community.
I'm trying.
We love that you're staying local and you're pulling local stuff in. So that's great. So you connected with Councilman Terry Miller. So Councilman Terry Miller, who's been on the show, talking about one of the many things that he talks about, and he's so good at so many different things. He's got so many different hats.
Yeah,
so,
he's a theater geek.
Theater geek, as many of us are, and he's an architect and stuff, and designs a lot of things around town. And he's on our city council as well. But this is something he's done, separate in his personal side, separate from the city council. So he actually wrote.
He wrote the Long Ball,
play,
but if you didn't know, he can actually act as well.
Oh yeah, we've seen.
He
that.
can act.
Quite a Renaissance man.
Yes.
Our councilman is.
Really
Yes.
He refused to be in this play, but he can. He
He
can
was
act.
self-aggrandizing, maybe the one that you wrote and everything, maybe. So
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
he's a good
he
guy.
wrote it, and he approached you about.
Yeah, he brought it to me about a year ago, and said, "Read this." And I was like, "Okay, let me see what you
I have a
got."
play.
See what you got. I said, "Oh, this is pretty good. You did a good job." Pat on the back. What you gonna do with it? I don't know. Thinking about maybe performing it at a local restaurant or space, and so I let it go. I said, "Whenever you decide you want it produced." I was trying to get him to turn into a movie, but because that's what I do best.
That's what you do.
But he came to me a couple of months ago and was like, "So, what do you think about going ahead and getting this little play off the ground?" And I was like, "What you doing?" And he said, "We're going to try to get the theater off." Nice. And I said, "Well, it's the time. The amphitheater's coming and stuff." And I said, "Let's do it." And took it, and my husband is producing it. That's Herschel Grangent. He's also an actor. It's not as good as me, but very good producer.
Yeah.
Casted it. Got a lot of good talent. All levels as well. Couple of folks up from up here, on the west side with studying at Words in Motion. If you all have met Kelly Lively at Words in Motion Actor Studio, she's in Villa Rica, amazing instructor. Also have some people from Buckhead and stuff, so they're traveling to come up here, and you all like to know they're not getting paid. Nobody's getting paid. The first production, there's no budget,
Right.
No,
so they're all volunteering their time,
that's nice.
and
Really
putting in the. I think everybody wants to see Douglasville grow, and especially in the arts.
Nice.
So they're putting in their time and their talents and their money, because it's expensive. I'm up down the road all the
Yeah.
time.
a lot of traveling, a lot of time commitment,
Yeah.
Sure.
and to get people to come from inside the perimeter, outside the perimeter.
Yeah.
So you got people coming from Buckhead. That's a major accomplishment.
Absolutely.
That's
right.
And they're bringing their family and friends from New York,
That's right.
Pennsylvania's, and Florida's to come see the show. So
That's right.
Douglasville might make some money from off of us as well. Yeah.
That's what we want. We want people to come outside the lines and come
Yeah.
see us out here.
All right. Come on
Outside
this
the
side of
perimeter.
20.
Yeah.
It's fun out here.
Come see us.
We're not that far.
I know.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. It's an amazing journey. casted and started rehearsing right away. We've been rehearsals every Monday for the last several months, and this is Hell Week. We've been in rehearsal
Weekend,
Sunday,
yes.
Monday. We have a rehearsal on Friday in front of the board and some VIPs. And then we're full show on Saturday and Sunday and next Saturday and Sunday.
Exciting.
So I'm tired.
Yes. Right.
That's the gig, though, right?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And you clearly love doing it, and
I
everybody involved
do.
has to love doing it.
Yes. It's just like those folks that like to take care of kids.
Those
I like the stage. I like the cameras. I like the TV. I like being able to portray a character and bringing those people to life. And I think this cast has done an amazing job doing so. And I think you all love the show.
That's outstanding.
It sounds great. And tell us a little bit about the show.
Okay, so The Long Ball is a play about Frank Bergman, our lead character, who is a ex-ball player. Mm-hmm. He has not a failure to launch, but a failure to complete things. We find him running for Congress toward the end of the election season. I don't want to give too much away because I want you to come see it.
Yes, absolutely.
But
Understand.
there's a couple of little moral dilemmas in there. He has the opportunity to maybe crush his opponent by letting some information out. So we had to find out if he decides to do that or not. He has an ex-wife and a daughter who he walked out on. So there's a couple of good little things and that we can all kind of
relate to. Yeah.
relate to. Yeah. So it's
Moral
really good. I'm not
dilemmas,
gonna
yeah.
say. I'm not gonna say if
Yeah,
he
you
wins
don't
or
wanna give too much
loses.
away.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want
I
people
learned
to
from
see.
watching
Yeah.
like The Walking Dead and watching Talking Dead afterwards, and I watched them like say stuff but not give away the whole idea.
plot.
Just gotta give it a
So-
little tease.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Little
So,
teaser.
yeah.
Take it
Yeah.
back. I like it.
And and again, this is the first show for the Douglasville Community Theater,
Yeah,
right?
the very first show. We hope to do 3 a year.
That's awesome.
Whether or not
Yeah.
I'll be involved, I don't know. They may call me back to direct, depending on what y'all see on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
They plan on bringing in local writers. I think Terry is already working on his second script.
Oh yeah.
My husband is working on one, and then we want to try to incorporate some licensed shows as well.
Sure.
So you may see a Streetcar Named Desire coming up or something like that. But we do want to keep most of the talent local, so that we can help our local.
Absolutely.
back
Well, it's
into
good
the
to have that
community.
balance too. You know,
Yeah.
so you've got a variety of things that are being offered and stuff. So you got some local stuff, and you got some more popular stuff to draw people
Yeah.
in as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's great. And then, so we've been talking a lot, especially this month on our shows. We've kind of not intentionally, but we've been focusing a lot on the arts in the community. So we had cast on talking about what they do in the as far as performing arts in the community. And we've had Emily Leitner with the Cultural Arts Council on talking about art in the community. And now we're talking about the newly formed Douglasville Community Theater and how that's bringing more performing arts and stuff to the community, because the arts is one of those things when we talk about people coming outside the lines and traveling outside the perimeter to come see things going on in Douglasville, or staying here in Douglasville and not going into the city for these kind of cultural entertainment type things. This is what they're looking for, right?
Right.
They're looking for arts and entertainment and this cultural type stuff to be here local in Douglasville, right? So you guys are working toward that. Is that one of the major goals of the Douglasville Community Theater, is to establish that kind of cultural entertainment type stuff in the area? I mean, is that something we're
Absolutely.
hoping for? Yeah.
Absolutely. Terry is really excited and hoping to be able to procure a building at some point so that we can get on the level of, like, Carrollton has a good
Sure,
program and
yeah.
stuff. And I would love to see, some theaters, some artists, some paintings. I would love to see some ballet. Love to see us be able to come have a space of our own where we can have all forms of artistic displays and development in the area. I think that this is a good start.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely. Because like I said, we've got the Douglasville Community Theater. We've got the CAST, which is the Community Alliance for Stage and Theater.
Right. I worked with CAST before. I did a couple of the dinner theater, which is a little different from what we're trying to do.
Yeah, so they're different.
We can kind of
They're
work
offering
together.
variety. Right. Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the Cultural Arts Council, who are constantly doing arts initiatives and stuff. We had an art walk kind of around the downtown a couple of weeks ago. So there's a lot of things that we have, but you're right. There's a limit, especially in the performing arts, as to what level we can go to without some kind of dedicated space. Right. So I mean, size-wise, you guys are doing some amazing things with the Vine space.
Yeah.
But there's a limit to what audience we can bring in and what production can be done in the size space.
I'm traveling up and down the road with tables and props in my car. I have to pack this stuff up and load it, and I have like 3 other people bringing stuff back and forth because we don't have anywhere to quite store it yet. But I think Emily over at the CAC said she's going to let us use some space for a little while to store it until the next show, and hopefully, we have the space. It'll be amazing.
Yeah. It's nice to see all the arts community come together to help like that.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
what
a
they do,
competitive
though.
type thing, right? Yeah. So that's great. Because that's what we're trying to build here. It's like a community that has that kind of art and entertainment to offer. So that's why all the different organizations have to come together and work together. So that's great that the CAC is working with you guys, and the cooperation between like CAST and Douglasville Community Theater is not seen. We're not looking at competing,
No,
at all.
not.
It's just it's more performing arts in our community, which is great, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So that's awesome what you guys are doing to bring more of that to our community. So tell us. So your shows are coming up, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
October
26th. This Saturday is sold out. Yeah.
Sold out show on the 26th.
Go.
Excellent.
October 27th on Sunday. We have 2
couple
tickets
left
left. Yes, 2 tickets left.
Indeed.
November 2nd and November 3rd. And if you want tickets, we can go to DouglasvilleCommunityTheater.com. There are some Eventbrite links on there. Just click on it, buy a ticket. It's a $15 ticket. Eventbrite charges you $1 or so change for the fee.
It's very nominal.
It's much less than Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can also
$30
come.
later in fees.
You can also come a little early because the Vine has a special menu. It's baseball themed, so a lot of sandwiches and stuff like that. Really, really good. They also have some vegan options, vegetarian options as well for those who don't partake in the pork and the beef like me stuff.
Vine's got some great stuff.
Yeah. And
All of it.
if we talking about working together, the Vine letting us use their space and not charging us for the space.
Yeah.
The CAC letting us use their space for rehearsal. Obviously, Terry Miller's letting us use the architectural space for rehearsals. It's been a real joint effort. But DouglasvilleCommunityTheater.com. And if you are not coming but would like to help, there's also a link on there for GoFundMe to help with future productions. There's a cute little video of Terry on there talking. Yeah, he's all shy and
It's an act.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they can access the GoFundMe directly from the website.
Yes.
Great. Good deal.
Excellent. That's great. That's I just love things like this, more things like this happening in the community. So the more we can offer, the more we can tell people about. It's great. I'm loving it. So thank you for all you guys are doing to bring more performing arts to the community and bring it to downtown. We're right here in downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally right across the plaza from
Yeah.
the Vine. So
I love it. I hate driving to the city.
Yeah.
I hate parking.
Oh yeah.
Hate
Any
traffic.
excuse not to go down.
You definitely have to be intentional about it, for sure.
That's right.
Yeah, I just pop out the bed and throw on my slippers and run down the street. I'm downtown Douglasville. Have so many amazing restaurants around.
I've
and-
arrived.
Don't get us on food again.
Already mentioned the food comas that are pending. For
That's
the
most
holiday
of our shows, to be honest.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Okay, well, thank you again, Tawania, for all that you
you
guys are
for
doing.
having
And,
me.
we're
Thank you.
super
Thank
excited
you.
about the shows coming up.
Yeah, Bert Bogman.
The long ball.
Yeah.
So coming up next couple of weekends. So come out and check it out. Check out the website, DouglasvilleCommunityTheater.com.
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions about that, and if you have any questions about any events or news, that we've talked about, you can go to our website, douglasvillega.gov.
Our new website.
Our new website.
Yes.
That's
I
right.
heard that. I listened to the podcast.
That's right.
Yes.
Yay.
Newly redesigned and cleaned and streamlined.
Very
so
sleek.
we're hoping everything
Love
is
it.
much easier to find. So yeah, that's douglasvillega.gov, and we got all the stuff you need on there. So exciting stuff coming up. Fun stuff.
Always.
So I want to thank you guys for joining us at the table. Thank you for coming, Tawania.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for all tuning in and watching and listening. And we'll see you next time on Douglasville Impact.